Richard Nixon over his lifetime would say lots of things, like, for instance, how he had found the lost recordings of the doomed spaceship ALSFA. Doomed recordings of the LSFA spaceship, and what led to its crash and complete destruction. Like I said, he had no idea what happened to it, but he would say all kinds of things, like that they had found in the deep archives of the records, that they had found the records for the doomed spaceship. Apparently, for some reason, because the LSFA spaceship wasn't listed as a current spaceship in flying condition or around or whatever, he just automatically assumed that it had actually crashed with all hands on board, or maybe he just didn't care. I don't know, but he assumed that that ship had basically crashed and been destroyed, having gotten too close to the sun. Probably, most likely, he theorized that it must have been an out of control thruster that had plunged them into the sun, where they melted and were destroyed. Or maybe, anyway, whatever. Anyway, he had all kinds of ideas. He would say all kinds of things. How they had found the log books to the what's called. I mean, you hear the thing about the Apollo program and everything. Well, it's because he was trying to say he launched it, or he had something to do with it, and they had nothing to do with it ever. They had launched 250 years or a million years before. Like I said, I dropped off the LSF flyer 71 flyers. Here on Earth, actually, because I forget why. I think they were heavy or something, or maybe I just dropped off some of them. We might have left some behind. I'm not exactly sure why. But anyway, the ship cruised off. I mean, we cruised off and actually came back. I think I got a lift back. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I think I took another ship back here. Anyway, though, a better ship. One that could cloak and all that other stuff. I mean, like I said, my ship, the ALSF ship, is regarded as a historical artifact, and basically, considered basically pretty much priceless. That's one of the reasons why like I say, Nixon and JFK wanted to say that Lockheed had been a part of the space program, or a part of the LSF 71 spaceships, because they wanted to say that they had built it. But it's like, where did they get the depleted uranium? They couldn't have. The whole argument was null and void and ridiculous. They didn't have that much uranium. No one knew where that much uranium was. And the whole ship was made out of depleted uranium. The LSF A spaceship was made out of depleted uranium. It's what we use for heat shields and other things. Basically, the toughest, most durable, most heat-resistant metal that is possibly made, or something, or close to it. Anyway, really, basically, when you're smelting at 100,000 degrees or 50,000 degrees, pretty much what you get at the bottom is pretty much uranium oxide, pretty much. So you got to wait for it. There's a lot of whole process. Anyway, whatever. I don't really care. But it was my ship, and basically that's why Richard Nixon wanted to say that it was actually his ship, or he had something to do with it, because it really mattered. That's why the LSF A spaceship mattered so fucking much, because it is regarded as the spaceship that basically put humanity throughout the galaxy. Not just here on Earth, but I mean on other planets. Like I say, there's pictures of it around Mars and everything else like that. So it's regarded as basically humanity's colony ship, or where humanity came from, or started from. So anyway, so you get the point of why it matters so much, and why they push so hard to say that I was crazy or whatever, because that means that I'm the creator, or I'm, basically the most oldest, highest life form ever. Anyway, whatever. So anyway, but yeah. But, I was gone for about 1 billion years or something. Like I said, there are people that worship it, because, and basically it's like regarded as the first colony ship of the humans, which it possibly is. It's really, 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 really old, and it was a really, really... I love this ship, actually. Like I said, I flew it. It's my ship. It was, my baby. I designed it. I flew it. That's why it's called the LSFA spaceship. Lucifer Star Flyer Alpha, or basically America. Richard Nixon said Alfa Romeo. The A stands for Alfa Romeo. He didn't really know what the A stood for. And I forget exactly. I think America or something like that. I named the country after my ship. Or something like that. Because it was an error or whatever. Anyway, America. Anyway, I don't really know, to tell you the truth. But it was A. Well, it was also my first colony ship, too. My biggest ship. Anyway, I just loved it. You know, it had all the things I wanted. And I don't really care. My name's Lucifer. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It's my ship. Anyway, and that's how I know about the design change to go to oval when I hit the mountain. And that was my fault, by the way. And like I said, who put that mountain there? Yeah. So, and that's how I also knew that the LSFA became the ALSFA after the slight design change of the oval shape. When we relaunched it, it was launched as the other ship. Anyway, that's another thing that Nixon didn't understand. He thought that there were two ships out there. And it's like, actually, it's the same ship, just one's a little bit more oval than the other one. But, you know, there's a lot of things he didn't understand, or he didn't know, or he didn't care. Basically, it was just a guy in a radio show, and basically some really hard depleted uranium armor that ran around killing a lot of people. And it was very much psycho. And he did a lot of drugs, and got a lot of women hooked on drugs, and then had a lot of sex with them, and raped a lot of women, and did a lot of other things, and tried to say that he was something special. But realistically, he was just a guy with a gun that was psychopathic. He was a crazy psycho, and it didn't matter what was true or anything. So anyway, whatever. Anyway, like I said, he did all these services and memorials and paid for all this stuff to basically, you know, how the crew had died or whatever in the tragic accident that happened on. And he made up a date, November whatever, or July whatever. You know, he just made up a date of when it probably happened, but it didn't mean anything at all. And most of the crew and most of the other space other stars or colonies were like, what are you talking about? It landed, it made a colony, and then it launched, and then it came to us. And it made our colony. And then it left and made 50 other colonies. What are you, nuts? Like, anyway, yeah, because, you know, I colonized 36 planets or more with that one ship. I made lots of colonies. So, anyway, yeah. I was all over the galaxy, cruising around in my ship. And like I said, people would see that ship and they'd be like, oh my God, it's the LSFA ship. That's the ship. The one that you only that you just hear about, but you never actually see. And it's like, and I'm like, hi. Yeah, there's only one of them. One ship, two names. But yeah, and that's why everyone was like, I mean, it's on a planet somewhere inside of a big museum-like thing with a big canopy over it. Because like I said, it colonized 36 planets, and is basically like Earth's first or humanity's first colony ship. So, and it is basically legendary. And I designed it and built it and named it after me. So, anyway, yeah, I love that ship. It's as much a part of me as I am of it. And a lot of its design changes had to do with me too. And no, it's not meant to land on a planet. I know. Yes, it was never meant to come down. But I was like, I think I can do it. Why not, right? Anyway, it's my ship, so they let me do it. But anyway, I think we might have cleared out all the crew, or at least enough of a few of the crew before we actually tried it to bring it down. And I was just me and a couple others were just crazy enough to stay on board. So all non-essential crew, evacuate ship. It was great fun. It was like 100 or a billion years ago.